Hello and welcome to this Forex preview at XM.com. I'm Maria Pachardis and joining me is investment analyst Marios Hadjikyriacos. We'll be discussing the upcoming jobs numbers out of Canada and the outlook for the loonie. So Marios, Canadian employment numbers are due out on Friday and forecasts suggest another month of solid gains. The labor market certainly has been robust this entire year, but the Bank of Canada still signaled it may cut rates soon. Do you think this is a strong possibility?
I actually do, and I also think that the markets are underestimating the likelihood that we see a Bank of Canada rate cut over the coming months. So let's dig into it. The last time the Bank of Canada met, it made clear that the domestic economy is still pretty solid, but we might nevertheless cut rates. The global risks are mounting up. And we don't really want to wait until the economy gets hit by those risks before we act. They even said that they debated an insurance cut at the previous meeting, but they ultimately decided against it for now. So what's the point here? The point is that the bar for a Bank of Canada rate cut is pretty low. So it might not even require the domestic data to weaken. For example, if the trade war between the US and China reignites over the coming weeks, then that may also be a trigger that warrants a rate cut by the Bank of Canada. So the markets are currently pricing in a 17% chance for a rate cut in December, which rises to 40% for a rate cut in January. And I think that these probabilities are a little bit conservative and a little bit on the low side. And I also think that we may see these numbers rise a little over the coming weeks.
I see. So keeping all this in mind, what's the outlook for the loonie?
Well, given that I think that the market is underestimating the likelihood for Bank of Canada rate cuts, I'd say that the risks surrounding the loonie are asymmetric and tilted to the downside. So if we continue to get strong economic data, for example, that may do very little to convince the markets that the Bank of Canada will not cut rates. But on the other hand, if we see the data take a turn for the worse, for example, or the trade war reignite, that could confirm that the Bank of Canada will cut rates in the coming months. So I think that if we, on any positive news, the loonie might gain, but only a little bit. But if we see any negative news, that may trigger a much sharper downside reaction in the Canadian currency.
Marios, thanks so much for joining me, and thanks for watching at XM.com.